He uncovered himself. This is what she's saying. She's saying, the king uncovered himself today in the eyes of his servants' maids, as one of the foolish ones shamelessly uncovers himself. And her accusation here, if we're going to understand it properly, we have to think back to the fact that David wore a linen ephod, the priestly garment. And what did he have to do in order to wear that? In order it to be worn properly and to fit on him, he had to take off the kingly garment. And Michal doesn't like that. Because then furthermore, not only did David take off that robe that demonstrated his power and authority, he put on the spiritual garment as he worshiped before the Lord. And you know who he was worshiping with? The servant maids. The lowliest of the low. When you talk about all the staff at the royal castle, if you will, these were at the bottom of the food chain. They were at the bottom of the organizational chart. And David is worshiping with them. He is with them. Like Jesus Christ, right, who did not just stay in heaven, but he came down. So too did David come down to worship with people, because David understood that all have sinned and all have fallen short of the glory of God. And at the end of the day, he is no better than who they are. And so that is Michal's accusation. It's mean, it's cutting. But a lot of her hatred and anger for David are partially to David, but you know what it also is? It's also to God. And David just happens to be the one who's serving God and loves God, and so he is taking the brunt of some of this. But don't mistake it here. Yeah, she's mad at David. But why was she mad at him? Because she saw him worshiping before the Lord. In verse 21, David gets a word in, all right? So she lets off all her fury, all of her hatred, all that. And verse 21, so David said to Michal, it was before the Lord who chose me above your father and above all his house to appoint me ruler over the people of the Lord, over Israel. Therefore, I will celebrate before the Lord. David he is completely dismissing her. He is completely saying, this is ridiculous. First off, the logic you're using here, the entire narrative of why you just attacked me, it's of the same mindset as your father Saul. And you know where your father Saul is? He's dead. And one of your brothers is king, right? Oh, no, he's not, because he's dead as well. Oh, okay, yeah, there's another descendant of Saul. No, they won't. Why? The line of Saul was gone. The only one left was Mephibosheth. And he could not walk, and therefore he could not be king, because the king had to lead the people out into battle. And so David is just smacking this down by saying that line of Saul, that whole mindset there, that false worship is done for.